what was life like for you growing up?
Growing up, I am one of four children. My dad actually passed away when I was four. My younger
Mhm.
brother was 6 months old. I was second youngest at four, and then I had an older sister and an older brother. So that definitely was formative in terms of, how I was raised and um, you know, all that good stuff. I mean, my mom is a superhero. I don't know how she got us through all of that and got herself through all of that. But yeah, I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so I was there for about 18 years until I went to school, came to Ohio State. I had some family here, and then never left.
But
Yeah.
I too came to Ohio State for school and never went back. But
Hmm.
I'm from Ohio, but a small town, and that was kind of my motivator was I wasn't going
Yeah.
back to the small town,
Yeah.
living and lifestyle.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you
Definitely.
were you into any interest, any specific interests or hobbies growing up that again, because I typically find that getting into real estate is usually not someone's first career choice, right?
Hmm.
It's usually the
Hmm.
second, third, fourth, fifth, or whatever the case may be. But did you have any specific interests or hobbies growing up?
I don't know. I don't like hanging out with friends, watching movies. I don't know. I've always enjoyed cooking. I feel like, that was always good time that I got to spend with my mom. She was really busy, obviously, supporting four children on her own, but she was, one of those moms that still made dinner every night. So that was always a great opportunity for me and her to spend some quality time together. So I've always really enjoyed being in the kitchen. Um, yeah, I feel like that was kind of my main hobby. I wasn't like a big sports guy. I did volleyball and track in high school. Um, and then I did, I think two years I was in the musical. So yeah,
Okay.
all over the place.
What what brought you to Ohio State? What were you specifically looking
Yeah.
for at Ohio State?
Yeah. So I definitely wanted the Big Ten feel. It was kind of between University of Wisconsin, Madison, and Ohio State. And I definitely liked that Ohio State has a campus vibe, like it's very collegiate. Here's the campus, here's the student housing. University of Wisconsin is beautiful. Madison's a beautiful city, but the city and the school are kind of intertwined with each other. So that was one thing. Um, Columbus, it's not hot, but it's a little bit warmer than Wisconsin, and winter is about a month shorter on both sides. So that was definitely um, an attractor. And I also think too, so I'm gay, and I didn't come out until college, and I think that probably played a part in it. Just kind of getting away and escaping from my past and being able to find myself in a new city in a new place. And I think that's part of the reason why I love Columbus, because I've kind of, turned into who I am today,
Yeah.
here. And it's an extremely diverse city. It's extremely welcoming, especially to the LGBTQ community. So I love it here. Don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
Yeah, it's that's what I always tell people about, Columbus and the real estate side is, Ohio State just they turn out so many students every single year, and a lot of those students
Hmm.
are not leaving. They're creating
Hmm.
their businesses here, or tech starting to come here, or
Yep.
they just find careers here, and because of the city. Was it any? I mean, I just feel like how you made your decision to go to college. Like for me, it wasn't even like you actually put some thought into some of that. Like I was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, a lot of my friends are going to Columbus, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
go to Akron, I didn't want to go to OU, so Ohio State was
Yeah.
it. Was
Well,
it
I
like
was
a
out of state too, so it
yeah,
was more expensive. So I had to really put some thought into it because I wasn't in a place where, my mom was paying for everything. I had to take out loans. So, I did have
yeah?
to put a lot of thought into it. But it all works
Did you
out.
end up?
Here we
What did you go for as far as a degree goes?
I went to Fisher College of Business, so
Okay,
I was a marketing like major business with a
gotcha.
marketing specialization. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm one of
And
those weird people that actually used their degree for a while. Well, I still am, but yeah.
yeah, I definitely did not. I went for 4 years and got into real estate 3 weeks after, or I went back
Oh,
to real
really?
estate school 3 weeks later, and that
That's
was
funny.
that. But so end up graduating. What year did you end up graduating?
2009.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
So we're there at the around the same time. I graduated in 2011.
Okay.
Um, what did you do after post college? Did you go
Yeah.
into the marketing field or?
Yes, I did. Yeah. So I was in advertising and marketing for about 10 years, give or
Wow.
take.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So I started at a pharmaceutical advertising agency called GSW. They're here in Columbus, and I was there for a couple years. Once I got everybody trained that I worked at GSW and not DSW, the shoe company, who's also in Columbus, Ohio, I went and got a job at DSW. So uh, I was at DSW for a few years, and I managed brand marketing partnerships. So I was kind of like the conduit in between our vendor brands and DSW whenever we were doing co-marketing. So Nike, New Balance, Disney, Nine West, all those brands. I kind of was the person working with them to do co-marketing. From there, go ahead.
Was that digital? Was that print? Was that or everything in
So
between?
yeah, so what I actually loved about my role is that the marketing department, I don't know how it is now, but at the time was very segmented. There was a social team, there was the CRM team, there was the, creative team, there's this, and this. But because of my role, I was kind of able to like put together more holistic programs with our vendor partners. So I kind of got to work with each of those individual teams. So I dabbled in a lot of that stuff. Jack of all trades, master of none, right?
Well, it's one of those things like, I think back to it a lot, in 2009, I got into the business in 2011.
Mhm,
Even at that time, social media wasn't what it is today. It wasn't even
mhm.
anywhere close, at least from a real estate agent standpoint, maybe from a company standpoint, but
Yeah,
Facebook really started getting big in what, 2007? Is when it
yeah,
really started to
yeah. I
grow.
mean,
And
you didn't hear the word influencer until, 2018,
yeah,
2017, so I mean, yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely changed for sure.